Alright, this week is all about water, and whilst talking about that, I'm going to try and move a massive item just using manpower.
This week I thought we'd discuss water. Council or city water often has chemicals such as chlorine and fluoride. Can these chemicals mess with the health of our soil, our gut, or even our brain? What about collecting your own water? Is that a better option, or are there just as many problems there? And what about the legal ramifications of this? Why was this made illegal in some areas, even if the rain is falling on your own land? Tanks, pumps and filters all cost money, and so is there any financial gain when it comes to doing it yourself?
Tomorrow I've got a big water tank being delivered, which is good. The problem is water tanks are big and heavy, and the place it needs to go, I've had a pad cut away just down there where you can see by that building. It needs to go there. The only option really is to sort of shove it along the veggie patch, which is obviously not good. As any gardener knows, you don't want a ton of weight pressing down on the soil, but whatever, it has to happen. I mean, I suppose I could use a high ab, I suppose I could get it lifted over. I think that's too expensive. Best for me just to shove it, if I can, across the veggie patch, ruin it, and then fix that problem later.
Self-reliance sounds great, but for most of us, it might seem like a huge step, especially when we rely on the systems that are already in place. But what if we could take control of some of the basics, like food, water, or energy, and still live well without completely disconnecting?
I'm going to move these out of the way and plant them somewhere else. This is yacon. I think it's South American. They grow in the same way that potatoes grow, but they taste a bit more like an apple. There's a sort of a crunchy and kind of sweet. It's like a kind of cross between an apple and a nashy pear. It's more like a nashy pear actually. It's not quite as sweet as an apple. Nice though. We're in winter now, and I didn't plant any winter crops deliberately because I knew we were getting this tank. So all we've got is a few leftovers from summer, which are going to die soon anyway. So I'm not really losing any food as such. It is going to make a mess of the garden, and it's going to be very difficult to move, but that's okay. The tank's coming first thing tomorrow morning, so I just wanted to measure up. The tank's massive, it's about the width of that gate, so it is only just going to fit up the driveway, and I'm not even sure it'll fit up with the mailbox and everything, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. So the tank arrived, so now I've just got to get it from here over to the tank pad, which is quite far, and this is pretty heavy. This is 375 kg. So in pounds times 2.2, that is 800 and something pounds. But the point is it's heavy. So I've got a few mates coming over. They're going to help me give it a bit of a shove. I've got some 2x4s, which I might lay down here on the floor and potentially use a chain block to give it a bit of extra force. I don't think it's going to be that easy to move, to be honest, but I like these sorts of challenges. They're fun.
This is not about going off-grid. It's about making choices for ourselves. Self-reliance isn't about doing everything alone. It's about having control over just some of the essentials, knowing that no matter what happens around us, we are capable of providing for ourselves.
But that'll do.
We were helping the boys today.
Yeah, crank that along at that end, and then...
It's more than just surviving. It's about having that peace of mind that comes with knowing that you can look after yourself and your family. Fluoride is added to our water ostensibly to help with our teeth, but it feels like a quick fix.
I can't believe it's working.
A plaster put over a much bigger issue.
I am enjoying it. This is fun.
Last week's video was about the problem with modern diets. Shouldn't the solution be to eat better, eat less sugar, and look after our teeth, instead of dumping a load of fluoride into the water?
Look at that.
I want to help.
Okay, it's now need more wood.
Fluoride has been shown to be detrimental to brain health. Maybe local authorities have figured out the perfect balance.
Not got enough here.
Yeah, but better than nothing.
Oh, you want to keep on?
That's the girl.
Almost there.
You're almost there, girl.
Just enough fluoride to fix our teeth without interfering with our brains. Maybe, but I'm not sure I want to put that much trust in someone else when it comes to my brain.
Hey, there's not
Whoa.
supposed to be water in there. Why is there water?
We're pulling too fast.
Rachel Carson in Silent Spring says, "The use of DDT demonstrates the capacity of humans to act without understanding the long-term consequences of their actions on the environment."
Hi-ho. 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 Hi-ho.
The discovery that a chemical compound designed to eliminate a pest can do far-reaching harm is a stark reminder of our ignorance. And it's not just about our teeth. What about the microbiomes that sustain
I'm
us?
scared of it gonna fall on me.
Yeah, that would be good.
Actually, I'll stop. Can we stop?
Yeah, slow. Slow, we're gonna die. They're gonna kill
Get a
us.
fucking
They're
straight.
deliberately trying to kill us.
Well, keep going. What are you stop
We're almost there.
for?
Oh, a little bit, a little
Why'd
bit.
you stop?
The soil beneath our feet, the water we drink, even the bacteria in our gut. These are delicate ecosystems teeming with millions of living organisms.
A little bit of wood, a little bit of wood.
We might
But then,
need
are we
some
ever going to
wood.
get the wood out? Yeah, we could knock it out.
We're not.
Yeah, it would
No.
sink into the
Oh,
sand.
we lever it up and pull it out, you think?
What about?
I don't know. Yes.
What about some short wood?
And they all depend on balance. So will chlorine disturb this delicate balance? I'll leave that for you to consider.
What do you reckon? That, and then we just...
So he's gonna crank it all the way.
The thing about chlorine is it doesn't just target the bad bacteria, it can kill good bacteria too.
Right, we're under.
Yeah. Yes. No, wait a minute. Okay, okay, and go.
In the soil, that can mess with plant health. In our guts, it might affect digestion, immune function, and overall well-being. What if small amounts of chlorine we drink every day are tipping that balance?
Hey, there's a hand almost there.
It's almost there.
Right,
Yeah.
crank then.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Hold on.
Now,
What's the acceptable limit when it comes to the microbiome?
yeah, good idea. If that broke, hit me in the face, or you in the face.
You get new teeth then. You have to go and see that dentist in town.
Whoa! What happened there? Look at that.
Keep going.
That was.
Oh yeah, you got it. You
Yep. Fits like a glove. Look at that.
Nice and tight.
Look at that. Yes.
even need a job.
One
Of
fat
leverage.
old- One fat old geezer.
Maybe the water providers have worked out the perfect balance, and then maybe not.
That was a bit easier than I thought.
Cheers, everyone. Thank
Cheers.
you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, really
Thank you
appreciate
so
it. Here's
much.
biggies.
Yeah.
So why is it illegal to collect rainwater in some places? Well, this part gets complicated. In many places, especially in countries like the US and Australia, water rights are largely a grey area. Water isn't always seen as something that belongs to individuals. It's often treated as a public resource, controlled by municipalities or private utilities. And when you start collecting your own water, you're essentially stepping outside that system, which doesn't sit well with big water companies who rely on selling water as a product. You could argue that dumping rainwater into a polyethylene tank carries just as many risks as drinking city water with added chemicals. Sure, maybe there's no perfect solution, but this isn't about perfection. This is about having the freedom to choose for ourselves. In this case, the main driver for me was money. There is a cost to clean the tank and replace the filters, but this cost is around 10 times less than the cost of paying for water from the council at the current rate. The misleading thing about self-reliance is the word self.
Oh, yeah. Well, baby.
The real strength comes from the community, friends, family, and the people around you who support you. Friends who are willing to give up their valuable time to shove a great big lump of plastic across a veggie patch. Would it be easier just to turn the tap on and let the council take care of it? Yeah, probably. But where's the fun in that? So as I said earlier, my main driver for this decision was money, I guess. I don't have a really strong opinion on the rest of it, so I'd be curious to know what you think. Put it down in the comments, be good to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.